Alright guys, welcome to our Sephora haul. I am very excited. I love so much of the stuff. I don't know if I've ever loved a haul this much as far as makeup goes, or maybe I just haven't been hauling a lot of really makeup that I like a lot, which is probably, it's more so that I've just been so uninterested and or waiting for the sale to buy things. So first off, we'll do lips first. So I love the Patrick Ta lip liners, right? So I picked up She's Humble, which is more of a pink tone, and I have it on today because, you know, we do pink now. And I think the reason I like it so much is because it still has some warmth to it. Patrick Ta, even like the contour duo I'm gonna show you, he does such good tones. I know when I've been watching a lot of people comparing the Wayne Goss to the Patrick Ta, since those are the most recently released duos for contouring and bronzing. It just depends on your skin tone, but I'm telling you right now, I have both and I will share them with you. The tones are so good. Patrick Ta does tones for Asian skin tones. I'm not saying specifically, I'm just saying he does them really well. They work really well for just, oof, everything he does, color-wise and formula-wise, I love. Wow, that was like a long tangent. Anyway, so I love this lip liner. It's what I have on. I also have this Nars Soft Matte Tinted Lip Balm in the shade Intimate. I was reading reviews for this when they were released and ever since, and the reviews are so good. And I'm like, oh, I don't know, $28 for a lip balm or whatever. But the reviews were just so good, and I really love the regular tinted lip balms that he has. I have maybe 3 or 4 of those. And these are all nudes. So this is in the shade Intimate. It's what I have on. I love it. I have one on the way. I have another in my cart. I'm like, am I really gonna get 3? I might, because they're so good. They feel so good. They're a really beautiful natural finish. There's no shine, but they're not drying. I do think you need to kind of prep your lips. Don't have any flakies on your lips, because obviously this is not glossy. It's not gonna hide any of that. And it has that MAC vanilla scent, which really, every time I inhale it, it's so nostalgic in a good way, because obviously I feel for most of us, maybe us who are a little older, as in into our 30s, your first lipstick experience, your high-end lipstick experience was a MAC lipstick. So, oh my gosh, I love this so much. I'll give you guys swatches in a little bit. I picked up the Melting Lip Click in Cotton Candy again, because we wear pink now. I've picked up the peachy one. I think it's called Sorbet, and it's so light, and I think it just doesn't look good on my lips, but I like this Cotton Candy. I've worn it a few times. Actually, I got this in before the rest of my order, so I want to say I've probably had it for a week, and I've worn it 3 or 4 days. So pretty. It brightens up the lip area and looks really sweet and healthy. And then, as I mentioned in my recommendations, I picked up the Rare Beauty balm, liquid lip balm, in the shade Nearly Apricot. This one is incredibly light, almost on my lips there's no color. The sample I had was Nearly Natural, and that one I think is quite pigmented, but the pigment leans a little dark, just makes my lips look a little more shadowy and more mauve, because that's the natural tone of my lips. So it doesn't really make my lips look healthier, it just feels healthier. So I'm kind of iffy on this. I like it and I'm going to keep it and I'll use it because it's so nourishing and feels like a balm. But color wise, I wish this one gave off more pigment. I think there's a pink one that actually gives off a little more pigment, so we'll see. I have to just get into a store to actually see these in person, and I don't know if we can even swatch products yet, so who knows. So that's the Patrick Ta, that's the Nars, Cotton Candy from Sephora, and the Rare Beauty. This, you have to imagine, it's just not really there. On your lips, yeah, on your lips it looks more like that. So, super win though for these 3. I picked up one of the Melt Cream Blush Lights. I have sandy cheeks. I also have Honey Thief on the way. These are really popular. I feel a lot of people love them as far as the formula goes. So I have this one. I've worn it a couple times and it is really pretty. You can put it on top of your finished makeup and it still looks really beautiful. So So that's a swatch of that. Oh my god, for this lighting, I haven't done like swatches here yet. These are focusing so beautifully. The next product I haven't tried on the face yet is the Danessa Myrick's Power Bronzer. I have it in the shade Light. It's a matte bronzing and shaping cream. As far as swatches go, I almost feel like this looks too orange, but I haven't, again, tried it on the face yet, so you never know. It feels very like dimethicone-y. So that's the bronzer. This could look really pretty or just be the wrong tone. So it feels really good. And I have done like a little swatch like on my chin here, but not really full on worn it with like a makeup look yet. Okay, we adjusted the lighting a little bit because it's getting like quite bright on this side. So now onto things that I've more so tried so I can share them with you. The first thing is the Fenty Beauty Eavesdrop Blurring Skin Tint. I have mine in shade 7. I would say that the way they have it done as far as like matching you up is like perfect. I am 210 in everything that she releases, concealer, both of the foundations. But the issue here is Fenty as a brand, complexion products, I feel like they're all made for people who have probably like combo or oily skin. Even the moisturizing foundation or hydrating foundation did not feel or look moisturizing on my skin, and I have normal to dry in the winter. The same with Marc Jacobs. Marc Jacobs, I feel like a lot of what he does, even though if it's like for all skin types, it's still really made for people who are oily or oily combo. So this is beautiful. I used the shade matching 210, said that I should be a 7, and it's a perfect match for me. I feel like a lot of people who are my skin tone are going for like a 3 or a 4, and I feel like that's quite light. I don't find that this oxidizes, so for me this is like a very perfect tone. This looks beautiful on the skin. When I first swatched this, I like swatched it, I remember this vividly, on my right hand, and I was like, this is so blurring. Second thought was, this is pure silicone. Because it was so blurring. So I put it on with a brush, and my skin was completely like blurred. It was so beautiful. But near the end of the day, even like midday, when I like actually look at my face around lunchtime, I could see that I was starting to get a little texture forming, some little bumps were happening. Wiped it off at night, you know, took my makeup off, and like definitely there was like a little bit of texture. Wore it again the next day, full day, and then again near the end of that day it was even more textured, and that was yesterday. So today I don't have it on, I just have like a Tom Ford, the soft matte on, because this, I even got a little zit like right here. So I actually considered keeping it just as like a primer to prime like my nose or the areas where my pores are more visible, but this honestly is incredibly clogging on my skin, so I can't keep this. Even though the finish is beautiful, it looks beautiful, the shade match is great, I can't get along. The second ingredient is dimethicone. If you get along with dimethicone products, get this. It is incredibly beautiful on the skin. I can't. I've always felt like I've had not very sensitive skin, but my skin is sensitive to like strong or high levels of dimethicone. So this is so sad because I really love the way it looks. The next complexion product is the Makeup Forever Water Tone. I have mine in the shade Y225. This is what I use in the powder as well as the Reboot foundation. Do you guys remember the Makeup Forever Face and Body, the original way back in the day? That was such a beautiful foundation. Then they discontinued it, and then they came out with some other kind of like water hydra something. It was in a frosted glass and it was stupid. And then they've come out with tons of foundations, and when the Reboot foundation came out, I thought that would be similar to the original Makeup Forever Face and Body. No, this is it. I swatched this on my hand. I haven't put it on my face yet. I'm trying to give my face a break of like new foundations for a second, so maybe like in a couple days I'll try this. When I swatched it on my hand and was like patting it out and blending it out, it is exactly how that face and body felt. Now, on that note, the MAC face and body does not, I want to love it, and I've used it, like bought and repurchased and returned and tried like 3 or 4 times in the past like decade, and I don't like the way it looks on my skin. So I'm so happy that this formula feels so similar to that. So I will report back on this because, you know, the excitement level is quite high here. Next, I picked up a good amount of Westman Atelier. So this is the foundation stick. This is the Vital Skin foundation stick. I have mine in the shade Atelier 2. At first, I would swatch it on my hand and thought, oh my God, this is like way too dark. But on my skin, it looks perfectly fine. I think this is gorgeous. I haven't really applied it as a full face yet. I have spot concealed with it and I think it looks really beautiful. I've used it under my eyes. Also looks stunning there. I just wish there was a little bit more coverage, which I understand her philosophy and the aesthetic that she's trying to create. I love the less is more approach. It's really how I prefer all of my base products. So when I'm watching her apply it to herself, she uses like a brush and she just like grabs a little, puts it where she wants it and then like blends it in with her finger or blends it in with a brush. She like, it's like a barely there makeup thing that she's doing and it's really, really beautiful. But if they ever were, I don't even know, does she have like a concealer? If there was like a concealer version of this formula that had a little more pigment, oh my God, because under the eyes it looked so good. Now I've seen a lot of reviews. I feel like sometimes it depends on, it might be user error, and I'm not saying that everyone is using it incorrectly that doesn't like it. I'm just saying this is not a stick foundation that you like drag on your face like that. There are ones like that. The Makeup Forever one works really great that way. Even the Tom Ford one works really great that way. This one does better with just like, you know, just applying it where you need it. If you really want to full face it, you can, but don't just drag it, draw it on your face. But I'm a big fan of this. I would never have picked up any of this Westman Atelier stuff outside of like if it wasn't at Sephora, because when it is on other websites, I think when it was on Net-a-Porter for a while, I think they excluded it from promotions because I know I tried to pick up some stuff then and I'm so excited. From Westman Atelier, I also picked up the Lit Up Highlight Stick in Nectar, as well as the other Face Trace Contour Stick in Truffle. I already had Biscuit, so let me do swatches for you guys. So there's Truffle and there's Biscuit. I used Truffle all along my jawline today, and I've used it a few times that way. I love it. I've used it on my whole face to contour, but it's just the way it blends out, the tones. I like cream contours that can kind of blend out. I don't want the ones that really stick to your skin because I think it makes it difficult to blend powder or pat powder on top of them if that's what your plan is. And then this was like on a whim. I was like, when you see swatches of this, whether in a video or in a blog post, I'm like, I don't know if I really like it, but the reviews for it are so good from people that I like watching that I was like, okay, let me just try it. It's so beautiful. So if I were to just look at this, I would think I wouldn't be interested in it because it's kind of a peachy tone. I go more towards warmer tone highlighters, but do you see that? You can see a bit of the peach. It's so light. I also think a really well done peach highlighter is difficult. It's not found often, but look how beautiful that is. I didn't put any highlighter on today. Maybe we'll put some on. It's like not really there. I've worn this a few times too on the cheeks, and it's really pretty. Anyway, I'm a big fan of the Westman Atelier complexion. The eyeshadows, I know they come in like little like connector things. I don't know if I'm gonna try those. But speaking of eyeshadows, okay, next. The Melt Mary Jane palette. Guys, when I saw this, my level of excitement was beyond, because I was like, this is a cool toned palette that leans warm and it's smoky. It's totally my vibe. I saw the swatches, like the promo photos and just like swatches that other people had done, and I was like, this is the palette finally for me, a cool tone palette for me. When I try out cool tone palettes, like ColourPop came out with one, and I mean, I've tried just a handful. Whenever I see swatches online, I think, okay, there's a little bit of warmth there, but then when I put it on my eyes, no, I just look pale. I look deathly. It looks like even though I have tons of makeup on, it still looks like I have no makeup on. And I just must just be that level of yellow where it just pulls in the other direction. It doesn't look flattering. So this I was so excited about. I have worn this 4 days in a row now, and I'm telling you, the like negative reviews that you have been seeing and hearing, I'm just gonna echo those sentiments for you here right now and tell you that you probably should not pick up this palette. There's a whole bunch of mattes in here, and the mattes are fine. Even when the reviews are like, oh, the mattes are really good, I think they're fine. I had all 4 of the mattes on my lids today. 1, 2, 3, 4. It was a hot mess. You don't see it because I took this shade and put it all over my lid. I love this shade. It's a warm medium brown with warm undertones and has kind of like a silvery taupey glitter in it. It's really, 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 really pretty. I'm like so disappointed. The 2 shades on the end are like topper shades. They're horrible to work with. And then just everything else, like the shimmers and the metallics, there's probably a couple of the metallic shimmers that I like. And then the rest are like the kind that you would need to like really press in and then kind of almost break it up on your hand first before applying it to your eye. And that's just like too much work, and there is fallout. There are blending issues. The first day I used this, I definitely used it the way I just would like any other eyeshadow palette. Oh, look at, do you guys see this highlight? Doesn't it look pretty? Oh my gosh, it looks so good. Okay, so I applied like an eyeshadow crayon. I used the Nabla, which has never failed me. And I am trying to blend these mattes on that, and it is not happening. It is taking my eyeshadow way longer, way longer, way longer. Okay, so I didn't like that. The next day, I set the eyeshadow crayon with a powder, a mattifying powder. And the mattes did blend way better that day. But after days of consistent use, every day that I would use it, I came out with beautiful eye looks. Like, look at this eye look, gorgeous. But the amount of effort, it's like triple time for me to create a look and be satisfied with it. Today, if I did not cover my lid with that metallic shade, I would have been hesitant to come on camera and talk to you guys about makeup in like an educated way, because you would have been like, we cannot take any advice from this girl because look at her eyeshadow. It is patchy, it is not blended, it is not even. So unfortunately, I wanted to love this so badly, but this is going back. Like it cannot be this much effort to use this eyeshadow. However, in the process of using that, when I was trying to smoke out the waterline a few days, I've mentioned this Makeup Forever Aqua Resist Smoky Shadow Stick to you guys before. I just think the color is really beautiful. I use it as an eyeshadow crayon, as a base, but I put it in my waterline and I'm telling you, it stays. I remember coming home from lunch one day and I was just like, you know, you just look at your face, you know, where is everything? How is everything looking? This was still fully in my waterline. I was in shock. So currently I have the Earth shade, which is a warm brown, in my cart. I have their eyeshadow pencil. I have like, it's like a burgundy shade that I have in the cart. And I'm probably gonna purchase them, even though Makeup Forever's own website will probably do like a 30% at some point. I'm just like, I want these in my collection. Like I want them for my waterline because I'm like one way or another. I'll use like Costa Riche as the waterline color all the time. It looks really pretty. It gets a little smudgy, a little smoky. I don't really care if it like wears away. But certain days when like you're doing a smoky look or a look where you want that waterline to stay intact, there's not very many things on the market. The Urban Decay waterline pencil, that black one, works really perfect on the upper waterline. It still doesn't super stay the way I want it to on the lower waterline, and that's the one I care about more. So this has made my eye look 3 days in a row now because I just love, first of all, it makes like, how do you say it? Like I have hazel eyes, like a dark hazel, but when I wear certain colors, it brings out more of like the yellow tones in my eyes, and I love it. And then when I wear more purpley tones and pinky tones, it brings out more of like the greenish color and whatever. This, so good. This is not even new to me or to you. The Dior Backstage, I know, smooth transition. When these powders were released, I was like really excited, but I have found that in the Dior complexion products, the closest shade match for me is 2N. When I do 2W, it's too dark, too yellow on me, and when I do 1N, it's too light. So 2N is the closest shade match for me, and even then, it's a little too neutral toned on me, as in it can make me look a little cool. Not in like a, you know, badass way, in like a your face doesn't match your neck kind of way. So when these were released, I'm like, I know I'm gonna like the formula because I have a lot of their powder products, even that contour like palette specifically. So I got shade 4N to use as bronzer, and I've used this a couple times. I think it's really beautiful. I'm very excited to have it. It's a very like light, subtle, warming up type product for me. Until I can see this in person and see what maybe 5 looks like, I'm just very happy with this. I don't know if I would like love this as a finishing powder or as a face powder. It's a baked gelée, I think, is what it feels like, which is reminiscent of the Chantecaille, which they finally have made permanent, I think. That like hummingbird like packaging, that Chantecaille powder is so good, that blurring powder. Anyway, off topic. I'm very happy about this. I picked up the Patrick Ta. She's sculpted. It's the medium tone. I love this. This is what I have on today. I put the cream on with the IT Cosmetics like double-ended brush. I like bounced it along the cheek, and then we topped it off with the Sonia G brush with the bronzer. I have used this also a couple times, and I love it. I mean, obviously you can tell which ones I've used, right? I don't know if this lighting is like the most perfect to show you this bronzer, but I love it. The ease of use on this was level high, and the tones, again, Patrick Ta, and the tones that he chooses so good. Okay, now for some non-makeup items. The Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Pink Dream Body Cream. I haven't even opened this. So this is the bottle. Oh my god, it smells exactly the way you would think it would smell based off of the other watermelon things. I'm so excited for this body care thing. So I don't know that this will treat your skin in any way necessarily. It has hyaluronic acid, which is great. It says it's vitamin rich, but I don't know that it's going to, well, it says the naturally derived hibiscus AHA gently exfoliates. So anyway, I'm excited for this, just for the scent alone, and hopefully it actually moisturizes. Beauty Pie has a vitamin C body lotion as well as a glycolic acid body lotion that I'm very interested in, that I'm probably going to pick up. Candles. This is the Sephora Collection. If you guys bought any of the Sephora Collection stuff, buy it, 30% off, right? Until the 19th. Do it, do it, do it. And I also did like a clip in another vlog where I talked to you guys about things that I recommend. Acrylic storage, guys. Awesome, for 30% off. So this is the Unwind Scent, and I picked it up because it said, not it said, all the reviews were like, it smells exactly like Elizabeth and James Nirvana Black. It so does. I can't even be like, oh, it kind of smells like it, or it has the vibe, the essence. No, this smells identical to it. It is so good. A mix of soy wax, soft wax, paraffin wax, and fragrance. Okay, see, kind of trick you there. Anyway, it's a blend of black amber, vanilla, and sandalwood with pink berry and bourbon. This box, I mean, I don't know how I really feel about like the looks of it, but this is so strong. Now, I'm not gonna say that all the candles are like this because I've only tried this one, but the box I just left open like in a room, and that room just smelled like that box, which is kind of awesome. And then this, when I lit it for maybe a couple hours. I probably should have burned it for longer because then I would have gotten like the full burn, so you can see like where I had burned it. I can't tell if the tunneling is going to be bad or not. I think it'll be kind of in between. But it scented my house beautifully. Every so often I would get like a random whiff of it, and that is my preference. I don't like scents that scent my entire home, as in like I can't get away from it. I like to be surprised by it. I like it to all of a sudden kind of, you know, like, I'm like, oh, okay, I like that. Now, those are all the pros. The cons here, this is at retail $18, so obviously we got it on sale, but I'm not here for this kind of like packaging. They could have gone matte white. They could have gone clear. Instead, there's this like, it's like a frosted pearl. They could have just gone frosted, or they could have just gone pearl. Instead, we have this frosted pearl, and then we just have like this sticker. And I just feel like it could just be sleeker, chicer, etc. at the same price point, because this is okay. Like, I don't know whose decor this goes with. You know what I mean? And I'm usually not super picky. If this candle was $5, I'm like, whatever, but it's a little further up there. It's not in the $40 range. In the $40 range, it better look amazing. So that's like the only like con here for me, but otherwise, like, I would recommend this candle to you. If you guys have bought any of them, let me know. But I'm here for this. This is definitely a winter scent, a fireplacey type scent. This is not fireplace as in smoke, but like, you know, woodsy and warm. I'm a fan. Okay, next non-makeup item. These cleansing mitts from Sephora. So the Ulta ones are smaller. These are bigger, larger, etc. So the Ulta ones, I think, were like closer to this size. Not even, like even smaller. Hold on, let me make this visual correct. The Ulta ones were probably this size. Okay, I could barely put 3 fingers in. This one, I can like comfortably fit my whole fist in here. Not that I have big hands. I have like quite small hands. I always thought my hands were like small until I compared it to people whose hands I thought were small, and then my hands were smaller, and I was like, that's kind of weird, but that's neither here nor there. I'm just saying I can fit my whole fist in here. So for me, when I'm taking my makeup off, there's like so much room here. I have like no control of this mitt. So if you have bigger hands or longer fingers, you might like this. I'm still gonna keep them. There were 5 of these, and they came with a little bag so that you can wash them, but I still would like them if these were smaller. And then if they were to be smaller, maybe have them be like black, because I think if you use this to remove your face makeup, you'll be fine. And if you're using it to cleanse your face, that's also fine. If you're using this to remove your eye makeup, it will probably stain. So after you wash it, it still might look dirty. So if that's an issue you will have, I'm just saying, I'm keeping these though. I'm not going to return these. I'm still going to find, there's like still a good use for them. I can still use them to remove like my microcurrent gel. I can use them for cleansing my face in the morning when I don't have makeup on. I still think they're really good because it covers so much space. Often with a smaller mitt, I'll have to flip it and use both sides. But I think with this, I could probably just use one side, so it'll require less washing over time. Yeah. Last but not least, I picked up this kit. There were so many really good kits, I think, this time around. So this is the Sephora Favorites Vacate All Day. It was $44 with, and then the 20% off. So this kit price was so good. I haven't even opened this one yet either. So this bag is like that like neoprene type formula fabric. Okay, I'm so in love. So cute. Okay, so the main reason for picking this up was this product. It's the Dr. Brandt Liquid Sun Shield. It is UVA UVB broad spectrum SPF 50. This retails for $64 on its own, and this kit was $44. Okay, so this alone, if you were going to try it out, and it's gotten pretty good reviews, so I'm excited about this. The second item I was excited about was, let's find it. It's a full-size Nars lip oil. This is in the shade Orgasm. It's like pink with a little bit of shimmer. I don't know if I have any of this specifically, but like I said, I like their regular tinted balms. I'm loving the new matte ones, and this has really good reviews as well. So these 2 things alone made this whole kit worth it. So on top of that, you get a little mini of the Boom Boom Cream, which always great to have around. You have a full size of the Surfer Curl Tarte Mascara, which I don't know if this is waterproof. I don't think so. Well, we'll find out. We'll look it up. A little setting spray from Urban Decay, also a really good product. A lip and cheek tint from Milk, which, I mean, I'm into a blush now. We might try this. And then lastly is a scalp and body scrub from Way. Smell this. I feel like, okay, I'm not gonna say anything yet. Let's see what we think. Oh my gosh. This smells so good. It smells like a perfume, like a nice perfume. Okay, when Way, I don't know if they've changed the scent of their products. I feel like I did not like the scent of their products before. Oh my God, if I use this to scrub my scalp and my hair smells like this, oh my God, amazing. I'm excited for this, guys. That is my Sephora haul. What I have incoming still is Makeup Forever eyeshadow crayons, which I'll share with you. The eye pencil from Makeup Forever. What else do I have? Oh, Huda Beauty came out with lip liners. Guys, I can't pass up lip liners. I need to try them. So I have a couple of those coming in. I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, the Olaplex number 28, the mask for the hair. I got that too coming. So we might do a little follow-up clip in a vlog later of like the remaining purchases, but so far everything here I am so happy about, really. But that Melt palette is so disappointing, like, and I think a lot of people feel this way. It's just so, it could be so good. It could be like the best smoky palette ever that kind of is the kind of cool, kind of warm. You can go either way with it, and the topper shades are stunning. They're just, the whole thing is just so difficult to use, and it's just not worth it. Smoky eyes are hard to do and time consuming to begin with. So we need the formulas to cooperate. Yeah. Okay, anyway, I will see you guys in the next video.